The log is off.
And welcome back to the Lagers Off podcast. How was that for an introduction, eh?
That was professional. That was lovely.
I've been working on it.
He sounded awful.
How?
This is meant to be natural and just two buddies having a chat.
Oh, dear me. Oh, by the way, we've got some housekeeping to do before we start.
Tell me.
You've got to apologise.
I apologise.
You don't know what you're apologising for.
I know, but that's just like part of the action, isn't it? I live in a house. Well, I used to live in a house full of women, so I've just basically apologise if I'm told to.
If you can't apologise for something you don't know what you're apologising for, that's not an apology. So, on the last episode, you mentioned that truckers prostitutes. You can't say truckers prostitutes, so you're going to have to apologise for saying truckers prostitutes.
I apologise for saying truckers prostitutes. I was channeling my...
Sorry, I interrupted your apology about truckers killing prostitutes. Go on.
I was channeling my inner Jeremy Clarkson, who was the first man to talk about
I thought you
killing
were.
truckers prostitutes.
Yeah. So there'll be no more talk of prostitutes.
We've just come out of the bank holiday. Love a bank holiday. Love a long weekend. It makes everything worthwhile.
It's a big old long one as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, what a 4-day. Brilliant.
Yeah,
Absolutely brilliant. I didn't even know what day it was at the end. So it was fantastic. But I came, well, first of all, about 8 tip runs.
8?
Yeah, we went crackers.
Our council wouldn't allow 8.
It was, we did like about, well, maybe not 8. Certainly 4 car runs.
Now, did you notice that this bank holiday, for some reason, this Easter, I flummoxed everyone on Sunday? People had forgot everything's closed.
Yeah. Yeah, we tried to go to Morrison's.
So there was just people getting in car parks and going, oh shit, and turning around.
It's because we're so used to everything just being open now.
I know. But that's always the case, isn't it, on Easter Sunday, so I don't know why it's flummoxed people this time.
Well, the worst thing about the Easter bank holiday weekend is the traffic. It's an absolute pain in the crack. And some horrible person always decides to have a crash on the motorway as well, just to compound the difficulties for everyone. This year the traffic was so bad we had to go an alternative route to get home because we couldn't get out of town.
Now, have you tried getting into Newcastle and out recently? There's like one way in and one way out. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, because the Tyne Bridge is closed, isn't it?
It's one lane, but that's the only way in and out.
Yeah. You'll have to go over the Red Hugh.
Yeah, because that Gateshead flyover is closed, the one they made out of like cut chalk. So the fact getting rid of
popcorn flyover.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Easter Sunday, do you know what I did?
Ate chocolate.
It's quite a traditional thing to do on Easter Sunday.
Go on.
I went to church.
Wow.
Well, I took my dad to church and then I run over him in the car park.
Well, actually knocked him over?
Well, I ran over his foot. We can laugh about it because he's absolutely fine. There was no injury whatsoever. So I dropped him off. He got out of the car. And I started looking behind us to reverse and thinking, like, after 10 seconds, someone's clearly going to have left the car. I don't know what happened, but he, like, fell against the car when I started moving back. And his foot went under the wheel. So when I looked round, my dad was just sat on the floor holding his foot. Like Peter Griffin. so obviously
What's he going?
But that was the whole thing, because I didn't really know what happened. What happened when you ran over my foot. I was like, oh shit, thinking he's going to have a broken foot or something. But he was absolutely fine.
I don't know why, but that's really tickled me, Charlie.
But the thing is, it was like the beginning of Mass, so there was loads of people coming into Mass in the car park, walking past, when I ran over my dad.
Is he going to sue you?
Honestly, I was like, oh, God.
Oh, that's made me do that. I found that hilarious.
Yeah. Dad, if you listen, I'm sorry. I feel bad about it.
Well, the only bit that I had was I lost me temper over the weekend. Again, back to the roads and the bank holiday traffic. But why is it that when bank holiday comes, people just can't drive anymore? You've got people all over the place, and my biggest pet hate: middle lane wankers. Just move over.
I bet you're one of them people that undertakes them, and as you're going past, you're screaming your head off. Why are you in that lane?
Nope. I either do a massive one, so I go into the outside lane. I go into the inside lane, slow down, go right round them like that, and back into the lane.
I mean, it is ridiculous, like when people do that.
I just don't understand why people do it. Isn't it illegal now as well? It's like you can actually get points on your license for it, can't you?
I think so. It's a bit like going slow on the motorway. You can get done for that as well, can't you?
But I just don't understand. I just don't understand why people just sit in the middle lane. I just don't get it.
That does my head in as well.
It frees up so much road if they're not. Anyway, I think we need a drink on that.
Yeah, we're getting right stressed.
IKEA glass.
Actually, I tell you what, I'm gonna change up. I'm gonna go for me
Tumbler.
dilute the orange drink.
Well, this week's beer is a little bit of a mystery.
I know.
So this beer is a sheep named Sue by BaaBaa Brewhouse. It's an American one from Texas.
Yeah.
I think I have heard of these before. I think I've had them before. But what threw me was I couldn't for love nor money find the alcohol content on the can.
Me neither. However, I looked it up.
So did I. 6.5%.
That would have been a fun game.
This is a sour ale made with lychee, mango, and pineapple. So looks quite interesting. I love a few American brews. Before you get tucked in, though, can you just give us a little bit of can art, please?
Yeah. It's a little bit abstract, isn't it? For some reason it's got a record in it. It's inspired by Michael Sue. Didn't look him up. But how come... Do Americans not have to have the ABV on?
Oh, my God. Looks like a can of orange juice.
You weren't listening to a word I was saying there.
I was looking
you asked us for a review and you just stopped listening.
I think you need to shake your can as well.
Oh, we're going to get snot on the bottom.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Aye, it gets thicker. It's a thick old boy, isn't it? Lychee, mango, and pineapple. Mango's an odd one for me because mango's hard to get into beer. Cheers.
Cheers. Okay.
Right. Well, we'll reserve judgment.
I've got so much to say about this.
Right, I'm sorry, we've got really quiet there. We've been completely distracted by this beer and just stopped speaking to each other. Speaking of Texas, because I used to work a lot in Texas, in Houston, and there was a place there called Twin Peaks. And,
like the TV show?
Yeah, like the TV show. And it was meant to be like a log cabin inside. And it had mountains on the front. It looks like a chalet. And you go in and it's basically a titty bar.
Twin Peaks?
With hindsight, the clue's in the name. But it's not one of those, it's not like with topless people and stuff, but it's like a Hooters equivalent, when they're in short skirts and short trousers and stuff. But it's really weird.
It's funny you should mention Hooters because I was in Newcastle, as I mentioned last week, and there's one there, a Hooters now. It's just popped up out of nowhere.
Well, I'm really surprised at that because they never go down very well in the UK at all. They usually get like petitions about them and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening this time as well. It can't have been open long. And I was walking past it and I was like, I want to go on Hooters. Because they
Did
do
you?
really nice wings. And I was with my missus and my son.
Well,
But-
in America though, they come in and they've got it's full of kids and families and blokes drinking beer. It's like a family restaurant.
Well, I looked online for educational purposes and they've got a kids menu.
There you go. Exactly.
It can't be that bad, can it?
There was one in like Leicester or somewhere. I think that got closed down or it disappeared. I think I'm surprised they're still doing them in the UK. Actually, was it full?
I couldn't see in. It was like I was right. It's at the big market, and I was right at the other side of the road, and I just saw they had like balloons up and stuff. So they must have been doing like an opening thing. So
I have been to Hooters a few times in America. I quite like the food. The food's like really good there.
Yeah.
Same as Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks food is really good. You just look like a pervert being in there. Like you said, the wings there were brilliant. One of the best things about America was chicken wings, preferably hot and spicy, with potato salad. American potato salad is absolutely out of this world.
that's probably about 8,000 calories a spoon as well.
Possibly, yeah. It's probably made with double cream and what
Butter.
else is fattening? Butter, yeah. Potatoes. Not
Have you
low
ever had a decent chicken wing in the UK?
I usually avoid them because I don't like getting my hands dirty. You know, I'm a bit of a freak when it comes to that.
Yeah. Because
So-
you sometimes get them and they give you like a wet wipe, and it's like, well, that's not going to do it. I've got a beard.
In I think it's actually in Hooters that you have a roll of Blue Roll on the table. Yeah, so we can mop up as you go. But I don't like having greasy hands, so I tend not to get chicken wings outside the comfort of my own home. I'm a real freak for that. I hate it. I've got something wrong with it where I can't stand my hands being greasy.
Yeah, you've definitely got something wrong with it.
It freaks us out. Oh well, I think you should give us a review, mate, of the of Hooters.
Should I go?
I think you should, yeah. I think you should
Like
go,
a journalism project.
take some photographs and some videos.
Well, they'll sell beer. So
The sell beer. And I think you should go and have some chicken wings and tell us, report back, get some photographs up on the Insta.
yeah, I'll definitely do that. And then probably get cancelled. So
Yeah. And speaking of high calorie meals, so this weekend has been one of lust for many because we've had Easter Sunday. What happens on Easter Sunday? The best thing about Easter Sunday?
you run over your dad's foot.
Chocolate.
Now, Easter egg chocolate is different to other chocolate, isn't it?
I mean, I think Easter eggs are just the best. I refrain from having Easter eggs usually. So I've been, I haven't had one for quite a long time because my wife
3
always
days?
asks us, she says, do you want us to get you one? I'm like, no, because I'll just eat it all and I'll feel like a fat, greedy pig. And so I refrain from having them. But this year, we've had our grandson and we've done an Easter egg hunt for him around the garden and stuff. So we've ended up with shed loads of Easter eggs, and I've loved it, and I've eaten a lot of them.
Do you know what I got?
They're all
Got a
mini
lint
ones.
bunny.
I like a lint bunny.
Yeah, the little
Love a
fella.
lint bunny. Yeah, love a lint bunny. Yeah, and they're like they're quite hard to eat though. Shall I tell you what else I love? A giant Ferrero Rocher.
I don't think I've had one of them.
Oh, they're absolutely amazing.
How giant?
They're
Like your head?
like this. But they've got a Kinder egg in the middle, which is full of Ferrero Rochers. So it's like a giant Kinder egg. But the chocolate on the outside is like the nutty Ferrero Rocher chocolate. It's really
I thought
good.
it was just going to be a massive Ferrero Rocher with a massive nut.
Well, where they're going to get the massive nut from?
I thought they'd like bind loads of nuts together.
Do you remember they used to do Pimp My Snack on the internet? And they used to make giant things.
That was
remember-
excellent, wasn't it?
They got sued by MTV for using Pimp My.
Did they?
Yeah. I always remember someone made like a giant Jaffa cake, which was something like a foot across or 2 foot across or something like that. It just looked absolutely superb. Yeah, so one thing I've noticed though about there's a lot of shit going on about Easter egg shrinkage this year.
What's that mean?
So basically, the Easter eggs, when people are taking them out of the box, an Easter egg is obviously round and egg shaped. When people are taking them out of the box, these Easter eggs are egg shaped and flat.
Really?
So there's even been shrinkflation in your Easter egg this year.
Do you know, I heard a theory about Easter eggs, right? That these I don't know what you call them. Like, I don't know if they're right wing, but they said on the internet that the word Easter's being removed from Easter eggs to appease other religions and stuff like that, so it didn't offend people. So I thought, I'm going to look into that. It's bollocks. The word chocolate egg has been on Easter eggs and not the word Easter since at least the 1980s.
I can imagine, because I mean, isn't Easter eggs like a proper? What didn't they used to have like eggs as
because they've
symbolising Jesus?
They've got to say what they are, so they've got to say it's a chocolate egg.
Yeah, because if it's
it's
an egg,
food.
you might expect a chicken.
Yeah, or an ostrich. I don't know. So it's bollocks.
Well, I think Easter eggs are vastly overpriced, but if you go in after Easter, you can get them for an absolute bargain in the supermarket. So these eggs that we had lots of mini eggs. The array of mini eggs now is absolutely unbelievable. So not mini eggs as in the sugar-coated shell, mini eggs as in like mini cream eggs, mini Ferrero Rocher eggs, mini Dime Bar eggs. What else was there?
I don't understand what you mean by mini cream egg.
So cream eggs, but about that big, about an inch big.
Oh, I see what you mean. All right, so it's just a mini cream egg.
Yeah,
All
open them up with foil on, scoff them down. But one of the greatest things in the world for me is a cream egg. I absolutely love cream eggs.
Do you put your tongue in it?
Always.
I imagine you eating that like a right scruff. God.
No, I don't actually. I like to bite it off. How do you eat yours? Bite it off, little lick, finish it off. 2 bites.
I just put the whole thing in.
Yeah, two bites and we're done. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming.
I'm not asked about chocolate, no. Like, if someone said, "Do you want a Mars bar?" I'd be like, "No, definitely not." I'm not asked about chocolate and stuff like that.
I love biscuits.
What's the best biscuit?
Don't say it. Don't say it. I heard your thoughts there.
Oh God, I've got mango up my nose.
What's
your favourite biscuit?
I love a Tunnocks caramel wafer.
What's that, a biscuit though, is it? It's a wafer.
Of course it's a biscuit.
It's not a
wafer's not a type of biscuit.
Yes, a wafer's a wafer.
No, it's not. I'm not having it. How can you say a Tunnocks caramel wafer is not a biscuit?
Well, you couldn't say it. So someone's got to. It's not a biscuit, it's a wafer. They're 2 separate things.
What about a Kit Kat?
Oh, shit. I forgot about Kit Kat. That's not a biscuit.
What is it?
It's a wafer. Chocolate wafer.
I like chocolate wafers. Because I like a blue riband as well.
Ribboned.
Chocolate wafers, yeah. So they're my favourite biscuits, chocolate wafers.
No, but I'm talking about like biscuits you'd have like a biscuit.
Borders biscuits.
Borders?
Yeah. You know those
What's
Borders? That? They're like a brand. They make like shortbready biscuits.
I don't like shortbread.
The other one that I really like is, and don't judge me because this is very council state, I love a custard cream and a bourbon cream.
They're all right.
Standard.
What about a hobnob?
Yeah. I like all the biscuits.
All of the What about
I don't like
Party
minty
Rings?
biscuits.
Like a Viscount?
don't like a Viscount, and I don't like any chocolate biscuit that's minty. I don't like minty chocolate very much.
I don't like minty flavoured stuff like.
But I do quite like a mint cornetto. But it's not my favourite.
I would eat that. I'm sure we've talked about biscuits before. We've talked about food more than that else.
I think we have.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. I was meant to tell you at the beginning. I went back to the dentist, after I had my 2 teeth out and I was a hard bastard. So this time I went to see the oral hygienist and I had a scale and polish.
Ooh.
You ever had that?
Yes, I have. Yeah, hurts like.
It's horrible. It's like someone's got a
bleed
Dremel
everywhere,
on your
don't
teeth.
you? Yeah, yeah.
So I'd never had one before, and when you go in, they put this blue dye on your teeth to see where all the plaque is. I don't know why, it's yellow, so you can see it. So I had to rinse it around in my mouth, and then they give us a bit of water to spit. Now, I'm a little bit out of practice with a dentist, so instead of spitting in the sink, I missed the sink entirely and spat a mouthful of blue dye all over the floor. But the way I did it looked like I'd done it on purpose. Because them little sinks, it was too far out of the way. Can you meant to pull them round to yourself? And I just kind of went over it and spat on the floor.
So it looked like you'd purposely leant over the sink to hockle out.
So the nurse went, "What happened there?" And I went, sorry, I just missed. And then about 10 minutes later, when they'd done the bottom one, I had to do it again. And this time...
Were you self-conscious?
I was really self-conscious and I got dead close to it. And I ended up spitting half of it in the thing and then drooling the rest down my shirt. They must have thought I was a right idiot. The other thing that happened was,
Sharon, have you seen this bloke? He doesn't know how to spit.
The other thing that was quite embarrassing was she went, right, what toothbrush do you use? And I was like, I've got an electric toothbrush. I had one for a year or so. And she was like, right, I'm going to show you how to brush your teeth. And I was like, okay. Fucking 45 years old, you're patronising cows. Anyway, she made us hold this mirror up in front of us. Turns out I didn't know how to clean my teeth. I've been doing it wrong.
Tell me. I'm interested.
So do you use an electric toothbrush?
No.
You just use a manual?
Yeah, manual toothbrush, analogue.
So what are you supposed to do? Because I was just doing that, moving it round like that. But you're supposed to put the heads are round and they go like that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to put one on your tooth and then move it to the next tooth and then move it to the next tooth. I couldn't
that makes
believe
sense.
It. So of course it makes sense.
But how do you do it with an analog brush? You can't really do it.
I think you have to move it around with I'm just not doing it. You have to move it around with it.
Oh shit! I've fallen into the trap again.
You have to move it around with an analog. Mate, you need to get yourself an electric toothbrush.
Yeah, I don't like them. That's a problem. Mrs.
Do you know what else? She says, "Do you floss?" And I was like, "Sometimes." She went, "What do you use to floss?" Well, that's a trick question, isn't it?
Yeah, my T-shirt, obviously.
I said, wool,
piece of paper,
my fingernail. So she said, "Oh, you need to get these brushes, right?" And because I couldn't see what she was doing,
those
I
little tiny ones
go in my mouth, and it felt like it was parting me teeth, and I was like, "The f- was that?" And she held up this tiny little. It looks like a washing up. You know when you get washing up brushes to clean bottles.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks like a tiny one of them. So I had to get some of them.
Did you buy them from the dentist?
No, I got them from. But that's why British people have got shit teeth because no one knows how to do it.
I've seen those little Christmas tree things before, they hurt your teeth, don't they? They're right in there.
Apparently, you get used to it, and because the first time I did it at home, it was like I've been punched in the mouth.
Probably did it wrong, mate. So you know how to use a toothbrush now. Well done. That's
thanks. That's
a skill. I bet you already thought you had. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm having a little bit of a hiccup and a burp. I've got a little bit of wind off this beer.
The sours do give you a bit of fluxion.
So
don't they?
shall we move on then? So
Right.
this beer is a sheep named Sue by BaaBaa
Black sheep.
Brewhouse. Got it, I think what it was there. BaaBaa Brewhouse. It's a sour ale, lychee, mango, and pineapple. Brewed in Texas in a full American 1 pint can. Is the lager on or the lager off? Oh,
The lager's off.
thought it might be 6.5%. Felt a bit fresh. It was lovely when I first got it.
Mate, if someone had poured that for me and I didn't see the can or know what it was, I would think that was just like J2O.
Yeah, it was nice. It was thick, wasn't it? It had a lot of body to it.
You can hardly taste the alcohol, though, can you?
No, not at all. It's like a smoothie. But I've got to say, the only thing I think I'm not keen on is the mango.
Oh, I think it's really nice.
I think you can get a little taste of lychee out of it as well, but yeah,
I wouldn't know.
it's been good. So cheers.
Cheers.
So anything happening on the socials at the moment?
We've been doing quite well, actually. We've got a few 1K views on YouTube Shorts. We've been good mad on Insta. Liam's been the boy and sticking some pictures on. I don't know if that's why, but we've got a lot of followers in the last few days.
Have I got any more pictures up? Got any more pictures tacking?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, bro. Excellent. Sorry.
I mean, why are you asking me that? It's our Insta. Oh, and by the way, knobhead, there's another couple of ones BaaBaa Banter hasn't collaborated yet.
I do try. I'm trying to catch up. I've been really busy.
Oh, okay.
I did catch up with some as well when I was sitting in the park the other day. I claimed some.
Yeah, so like and follow and subscribe and all that jazz.
At the Loggers Off podcast everywhere. YouTube, the shorts, Facebook, TikTok. And we're trying to save up for a TikTok live and an Instagram live, but we need more followers. So follow us, please.
Especially on TikTok, because I hate going on there, because it's just a shopping channel now.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of shopping, TikTok shop, isn't it?
It's become like, what was that shopping channel called back in the day?
QVC.
It's just QVC now, but it's like shite. It's like some fat bloke in his car selling Purcell. It's like, what's going on here?
Well, we won't. If we do a live, we won't revert back to selling stuff because we've got nothing to sell. To be honest,
Got nothing to sell. No.
Okay. On that note, we'll call it a wrap. Bye bye.
The lager's off.